Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Ads Metal Detecting. I'm Ads, and on today's episode we are back on the original permission. Now we're on a different field today because the one where I was going to before that I still got crop in it, but this one's just become available. History around here is absolutely immense, but when you build up a field, it's those fields that tend to let you down. So I'm trying to temper my expectations because I'm excited to get back on here, and I'm sure there's hidden stuff within here. We're not 100 meters from field to field, so I expect there to be some kind of history on here, but we're out, we're back on the permission, and I'm excited to see what we can find out here today. As always, we're sponsored by Dragon Detecting, so that's their logo just there, and for 10% off most items you can use that code just there, which is AMD10. You can also use that at Relics MD, which is just above there, and you can also use that at Swing and Dig, which is just there. You can also get yourself 10% off at Swing and Dig with these beautiful coin pods which people have been asking for, so if you fancy one of those, all the links are in the description. Use the code for all three sites, which is AMD10. I don't want to waffle on too much. Let's get down to digging, and I'll see you at the first. Right guys, we're onto a target here. In the 70s. And I reckon this is trash. '91s, '92s, we're going to go down. It's just that, which is just looks like a bit of copper. Big bit, that's why it's showing in those eye numbers there. Don't think it's anything. Let's move on to the next. It's decent signal. A lot of trash, and that's what I was saying before, when you expect a really good field, as in that way, and you come over here, just move that, we're just near some electric lines, but I think we're on silver, so just down there you'll see it. It is there. Get you your signals. 47.48. I think we're onto a little sixpence. We'll just go down. It's just this one here. There we go, look. So let's get that a little bit cleaned and we'll see what we've got, but I think we're onto a sixpence. So there we go, George the 6th. It's a sixpence. You see on the back there, 1944. It is a really nice condition one, but it's not what we expected from this field. But I can't complain when we're getting silver like that. So let's carry on. It's the first real good find of the day. Well, it's the first find of the day. 1944, little sixpence. So let's carry on to the next. Right guys, really struggling for signals. Well, not signals, but it's been very trashy on here, which is, you wouldn't really expect it given what we've found on the other fields. But there's one just here, 47s, 48s. It's just this one here. Just a little watch winder. When we focus, there we go. Just a little watch winder, remnants of, but it's another find on this field, which is proving very difficult. But I'm just wandering down to the middle again, where we got the silver coin, and see what else we can find. Well, there we go, a little watch finder. Right, got one here. Mainly 73, 74s. We'll have a dig down, see what we've got. '86s now, we're out. Somewhere around here. There we go, I see it. Just put this away for a second and we'll reach down. It's just there. There we go. I'll give this a clean up. Looks like we're onto another sixpence. Is this going to be renamed the sixpence field? Let's get some spray out. Guys, there we go, and that's 1923 sixpence, which will make that George V. There he is. A lot of this muck should come away. But there we go. We're now going to rename this the sixpence field. 2 sixpences, 2 bits of silver. Cannot complain. On to the next. Right. Switched you on because we've got a very high signal and it's most likely trash. But let's switch you on. '88 to '91. All the way round. And this is most likely trash. I'd be very surprised if it isn't, because that's what we've had all day. Well, we're out and I don't see anything untrashy. What I see is waste, and that is what's all over the field. Unfortunately, I think this field, the history will be buried beneath all this sort of stuff. So it's one of them days. We have very limited options, but we're back up on the permission and we've got to deal with this. On to the next. Right guys, we have another little target here. You probably see it. It's that green thing that's shining out of the ground. Show you the numbers. 58.60. Looks like a halfpenny to me. Come out very, very clean. Just there, you see it shining. Oh, look at that. See if we can see a date on this. I don't think we'll need any cleaning. Let me have a quick look. So just down that bottom bit you'll see 1915, which that will make that a George V halfpenny, and it's in immaculate condition. Just get rid of some of this muck there. A little bit of corrosion just there. Other than that, look at that. Look how that glimmers. That's a beauty. But again, it's a lot of modern stuff on here, trapped with a waste. Nothing much older coming up. But we have 3 coins for the day, 2 silvers, and this one. So let's crack on to the next. Right guys, it's about 1 o'clock. I want to show you something. And the reason I want to show you this is because you see it when I pull out things like the skeeter the other week. Multiple hammered coins, artifacts, all that good stuff. You don't see much of this, and that's because really I can't really make an episode out of showing you bits of tat like this. But I work really hard. Look at all this. I work really hard. That's how many holes I dig. Now today, just 2 silver coins, fairly modern. But this is all the stuff that I have to work hard. It is not all about hammers and everything. Look, just bits. Now this is an exceptionally trashy field. No, there is a... No, it's not. It's an extremely trashy field, and unfortunately, as you can see, all that is all modern waste. Now all that has to come out for you to find the history. So if you're ever on a site, there's your own permission. I won't expect you to do it on a group dig. You're going to have to pull out all this trash before you start hitting the history, and that is the only way to do it, because you can either give up and you've spent all that time for nothing digging out all this absolute waste, yeah, or you can keep going and persevering, and over time. Now this field, I would probably say I will not, this won't be my focus, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to come on here. I'm going to come in here sporadically, get rid of some more trash and see whether anything else shows its face. It also might need a little bit of dampening, although we're in the heat of summer and this ground, look, it's like sand, so I'm quite, you know, I'm in a lucky position. But I just thought I'd show you that, because I don't show you much of the trash. I show you bits and pieces every once in a while, but that 1 o'clock is what I've had to dig on a glorious summer day for 3 coins, I believe, and a watch winder. So it's not all glitz and glamour. Talking about not all glitz and glamour, 2 pieces of silver, and you can't complain at that. Now I'm a little bit disappointed today, but I shouldn't be. 2 pieces of silver. Let me get comfortable and have a drink and I sit down with you. Now I could be a little bit disappointed today, and the reason I'm disappointed is not because we're not pulling hammers out and, you know, Saxon and Roman and all that sort of stuff. I'm disappointed because I'm not able to trace any history, because there's a lot of modern tat waste, just stuff that you've got to dig through. Now 2 pieces of silver, cannot complain, and I'm probably a little bit spoilt because we're coming out of hammers and hammers and hammers and skeeter, and the previous field that you'll have known, the medieval village field, which is literally about 300 metres, 300, 400, 300-400 metres away in that direction, produced no end of hammers, full ones, gold, silver, little bits of artefacts, Roman coins. And so this field became available, and I honestly thought, I've never been on this field, this is one of the only fields I've never been on, and I just thought it would produce a lot more, but I'm getting no indication of any history whatsoever, and it's just disheartening. But you can't let it get you down, because you've got to dig all that trash, because then the good signals will relieve themselves eventually. You can't do anything about that. You're not going to turn down a field to dig on, but I am hoping to get back on the medieval field soon. Put 2 pieces of silver, we're going to keep carrying on, 3 coins, watch winder, we're going to carry on, we're going to see what we find, and if we find nothing else, at least we're out in the sun and having some fun. I'll see you on the next. Alright guys, I've got another green one just here. I don't know if you can see, it's just there, just laid in that mud there. Big old penny, solid 64. take you down. It's just this one. So let's get a clean up and let's see what we've got. So there we go, 1902 on there, so 1 penny, and it's Edward the 7th. Another one in nice nick, look at that shine in there. A little bit more muck to get off there, but that should clean up really nice, and it's a big old penny. So more coins for the day, nothing further back than the 1900s. But there we go, this is our oldest find. On to the next. Right guys, that's it. That's the end of this episode. It's not a mega episode, like there's no multi-hammereds, there's no full groats, there's no Saxon skeets, just a good honest day's detecting. I hope you enjoyed that. It's good to show the other side of things where I showed you everything that I had to dig through just to get to the couple of silvers, but we've got a couple of silvers. I cannot complain at all, and it's good to get back on my permission. This is the main permission. This is the one, as I said, we're about 400 metres away from the other field. So I do think this stuff there, the problem is there's a lot of trash been ploughed into the land. So are we going to give up? No. We're going to keep on plodding. We're going to go back on that field. We're going to remove the wastage. We're going to keep going and see if we can find anything else. 2 silvers, cannot complain at all. That means there's more there. And I want to find something of age on that. Too many times people give up on fields that may hold other secrets. At the end of group digs, probably not. But I hope you've enjoyed a good, honest day's detecting, an episode that shows what an average day looks like. If you've got this far, please subscribe. We're heading towards that 1,000 mark. That is the next giveaway, and it would really mean a lot to me. As always, we're sponsored by Dragon Detecting, so for all your detector needs, please visit Jordan at Dragons Detecting. That's their logo there, and you can use the code AMD10. If you're seeing what these are, these the cooling gel wrist things, you know, it's boiling hot. I'm trying anything, so you know, a couple of quid, ice them up, stick them around your wrist, cool you down. But anyway, as I was saying, Dragon Detecting AMD10 to get you 10% off most items. You can also use that code at RelicsMD, and you can use that at Swing and Dig, as well as you can also use that code to get you 10% off the coin pod, these lucky coin pods. And the last lot we'll look at, let's see what these are like. So that's the all new design just there. So if you want to get yourself one of those, go across to Swing and Dig. You can use that 10% code across the store, but you can also use it for one of these coin pods as well. That's it. I don't want to witter on too long. I will see you on the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.